So, hey guys, how you doing? Bolt here. I'm documenting my journey to becoming a consistently profitable trader. Everything gonna be raw, no filters actually. So, like, how did I start? How did I get to know trading? How did I become attracted to trading? And why am I doing it actually, Why I'm documenting my trade journey? It's all because there are so many, fake information out there. And since the year that I started trading, even the volume and amount of unwanted trading information just became overwhelming. Like everybody here, there, and everywhere, they're just advertising their classes, their courses, whatever. And the sad part is that majority of the trading trains and guides and whatsoever that we are doing is pre-shared free with people, and somehow people tend to give their money and pockets away to people who are actually call themselves gurus. And uh, for example, I started studying ICT concepts way back in 2022, at the end of 2022, and somehow the whole market, the spectrum of teaching trading stuff got flooded with RTM, ICT, price action by I don't know who other guys are that teaching different genres and styles of trading, but I know ICT. I know a few people about who invented RTM, the price action done by Al Brooks. Well, no, I'm in the pretty big green zone of knowing that there are way too many people who have different styles and genres of teaching that are pretty effective. And I just did realize that no matter the style that you're trading, or the edge, so to be called, that we're trading, it's like learning a new instrument. Actually, you learn and you just break your back with all the rules of trading in that style. For example, smart money concepts that I've been busy with, and the way is the only way is through, which means that you gotta get your hands dirty, gotta put in the hours, get to know the styles, get to know the um, different genres. But I just know about ICT and a little bit of price action here, just to be able to read the price, that price got back here, it's rejected, or it's retracing, or it's played in a specific zone. It feels like it's trying to consolidate or begin to expand. Somehow I can manage to understand such concepts like these, just to know the price, where the price is going. Sort of, actually. The main reason that I started this channel, particularly in English, is to show that a retail trader, right, like me, that we are not on the side of speculative money, that big ass, juicy, side of deep pocket, like kind of persona that sort of runs the market, or you have few multi-million dollars just I mean, your pockets are would be so big that if you opened a single position, it would take days to navigate through your position because of the volume that you're entering the market. Well, in commodities market like gold that we're seeing here, and in markets like I don't know, pairs and stuff, even having a $1 million wouldn't affect the market so much. I guess even if you tend to have a um, $10 million pocket, it wouldn't be, much of a difference in markets movement, actually, especially in pairs and commodities like your USD, gold, and your USD, actually. I always heard that you, as a trader, no matter what's the level you are inside, you gotta have an edge. And one of those edges that you have is to document yourself somehow, or AKA going through a um, journal writing session. That when did you open the trade? Why did you open the trade? How much was the leverage? Besides that, what was your emotion? What was the reason to enter? Okay, no matter the genres that you're working on. For example, I'm doing ICT, or many people doing price action or doing RTM. We are all advised to have journal, And I realize that you somehow can track your own movement, mistakes, problems, and anything throughout journaling. For example, screen recording, recording the voice, recording the trades. Do whatever to gather information about your behavior while doing a specific type of behavior. And I am so happy to start my journey on this side. Actually, I'm planning to trade over prop firms, demo accounts, personal live accounts, and I am by no means, I repeat, I am by no means here to advocate like I'm the guru, I'm the shit, I'm the teacher. I'm here just to document and to show you how a neophyte trader like me, who has retail ideas, who is just having simple access to market, a basic simple market, like you open your browser, go trading view, open the site, and you begin mowing through the charts of trading view and stuff, how a trader forms his or her skills in a market. In this field specifically, it would be Ami Bohluli, like me. That why would I even do the trade? Why am I trading? Because because I'm mental. Because I used to do a lot of labor, especially in Iran, and the problem was it doesn't matter how hard I was trying, I was making money in real. At the current time of recording this video, I'm having zero income. I mean, I have no job, I am unemployed, and if you're listening, happen to hear this video and my voice, I gotta say that, yeah, this whole idea of, living in a third world country is that if you don't make money, you are fucked, actually, You cannot have the minimums of, what to call it, minimums of life standard, actually, and that is just, I mean, you cannot have even bare minimum. Imagine just you are living in a country that you typically, as a citizen, first class citizen, you and your daily life is that being set on bare minimum. Now imagine that if you do not have any kind of income, that bare minimum goes into negative seriously quick. And I've been living in the negative seriously long enough to feel the poverty actually. And trading, especially when you make money or lose money, it is all in euros, pounds, or dollars, you know. For example, every dollar is at the current time of recording this video is around 114,000 tumans. Every $1 is equal to one at least 100,000 tumans, and that is just painful. When I started trading, every dollar was equal to 27,000, not 100,000. 27. It was around 27. I would, for example, charge my trading account, for example, for 27,000 tumans, and around, I don't know, at least $20. Yeah, you see this? This was my almost 3 days of income at the current time of at the time that I began trading. Actually, if I could stack up 3 days of my work and buy around $20 worth of, you know, account in my live bonds actually, and waste it into the market. And I remember that I once charged my account around $30, and I made that $30 to around $300, I guess. And that was it. That was the only biggest scaly, you know, meaty kind of successful trade I ever had. That I turned $30 into 300, and it would be around, I don't know how much it would be, no? 300 times 27,000, yeah, 8 million. I exactly remember the day that I told my mother, okay, let's go buy stuff. You know, let's go fix our couch, let's go buy stuff. What the hell you wanted to do, ma? Huh? What the hell you wanted to do with all that money? I thought that I got the game. I had the shit by the throat. But guess what? I went to fucking zero the very next day, actually. And this 8 million, that $300, became zero fucking dollars in less than a day. And that money was around 2 whole months of me working in a dead ass, fucked up kitchen that I used to be work at, and I used to be a chef actually. Not a chef, a cook, a medium to high level cook who ran a kitchen, who made different food, pizzas, lasagnas, pastas for his customers. And the location that I was working, I was working for. It wasn't for me actually. So one day my friend came in, you know, as a restrictive as a cook or a chef can be in his, you know, kitchen. I just allowed the guy inside. After a long time, I just hugged him and stuff and cool stuff and shit. And we began to talk about, oh yeah, what you doing, how you doing, oh, how's life. I was just telling my dude, oh man, I feel just fucked. Life is hard. I cannot even barely move, you know. I'm here all the day, cannot even see the sun. Yeah, that was actually a true compliment, complaint for me actually, that I seriously was missing the rays of sun actually, because I would finish my job at in the midnight, 1 a.m. in the midnight, and I would go outside, you know, spend some time with some of my friends who were available at that time of night, and I would get back home around 4 or 5 a.m. I would sleep in to 12 or around 1 12:30 at noon. I would wake up, drink some coffee, drag my ass inside the kitchen again, and begin to prepare the dishes. I don't know, doughs and everything. So basically and theoretically, I could not just uh, even and simply see the sun. I was missing a big element in my life. I was always in complaint that, man, I feel like an old guy. I don't know. I cannot attend to anything. So my friend came in, and I I'm not sure, but the guy had an open trade, I guess, and he was $10 or $15. Not even 100. No, not even 1,000. Not even five fucking hundred, bro. I had seriously a low capacity to get deceived by numbers. Actually, holy fuck! And the guy just showed me, I don't know, $10 or $15 of profit, and I was like, holy shit, $15 at 27K worth of ratio. Damn, that's almost 2 days of work. Holy fuck! And how long did it make you take you to make the money? I don't know. He was around 30 minutes ish of in the trade, and he was making that much money. And I saw the motherfucker making that much money without any struggle, all being goofy and stylish with all the good dresses that he had. Something inside me just turned on and switched on and said, fuck you. I just cannot tolerate this anymore. I gotta be like this motherfucker, you know? I'm just feeling tired of chopping onions. I just feel like my brain is getting fucking dead ass because of dealing with all these stupid customers. For example, I had customer that once said that I want a meatless burger, while I was explaining to the motherfucker that, dude, burger a burger is made by meat, especially by ground meat. How the fuck you wanna skip the burger? You a vegetarian? Oh fuck you! I'm not making it for you. Basic fights that a chef, a cook, and a barista could have with customers like that. For example, as a barista, I don't know. I'm sure people have the same experiences. Like the motherfucker came up and asked for a milkless latte. Like, what the fuck, dude? A latte is a coffee, consists of coffee and milk. What else the fuck you want from motherfucker to put inside beside the milk, huh? What else the fuck you wanna do? Another reason is just for the money. The other reason is to improve my English. You know, I started speaking learning and speaking English since I was 9. I had quite few attempts, but hey, you start somewhere, right? I became seriously native and fluent in speaking. You see all these gaps and just unrelatedness in my speeches right now. I didn't have this. I was a truly Native American, like black person actually. Yeah, I was so fluent. I was so what do you call it? I was so smooth with using the words and stuff. And somehow I decided to stop using my talent in a way that my brain would develop. So here I am. One is for the money. For example, why the fuck would you make stuff? Why the fuck would you uh, stop making money, huh? In a more easy manner than just a style that you would waste your life inside a job that you do not like. I seriously like trading. I seriously like to overcome the hardships of trading. Especially, I don't know. I have this masochism, I guess, to punish myself over nothing. Stay up late because of a simple mistake that for example, I could go long here. But I decided to do a short, and I became a full-fledged short artist just to squeeze some profit. And while this motherfucker is just keeping climbing upper and upper, and I just end up being in more and more, what you call, loss. You know, I would punish myself over nothing, actually. That almost all traders would do. So this is just the simple reason that I would be in love to realize that why am I doing it? Because I want to help my family, because I want to make more money, because I'm not trying to be a billionaire, a millionaire. I'm just here to be able to consistently be able to trade. I realize that this market is designed in a way to squeeze the fuck out of your pocket, okay? So if I'm making 10 trades and at least 6 of these trades are, I don't know, turning my ass over to the top and presenting it to the market, I want to have those 4 winners that at least make me break even and have a little bit of money in my pocket. Okay? That's all. I just don't want to work anymore inside kitchens. I don't want to load any labor, do any fucking labors. I'm tired of that shit. Okay? And I know I am willing to pay my time and my body's health and performance just to be fucking able to work, gain money, and charge my account, and so to start over. But this process takes a lot of time, especially when you are living in a third world country and you want to do a basic, labor based job inside the bazaar. I don't know, the typical market outside world, just to make enough money to handle yourself and the prop firm accounts or the dollars that you can generate by that job. That's pretty hard, actually. For example, I was making 7 million 2 months of average monthly income if I wanted to divide my random monthly income to whole 12 months. For example, 7 million times the most recent dollar price. Yeah, I would make around $63 per month, actually. So 63 per month, and even if I could make around 15 million divide on 110. Yeah. But this number was a fucking dream for me, even at 15 million tomans a month. Okay, 15 million tomans a month means average monthly 50 million 2 months of average monthly income was a dream. Why? Because majority of the time I would make only 6.5 to 7 million, half of that, no fucking number, as a realistic kind of number. And guess what? I was having losses in the market around $40 or $30. I had multiple instances of 160 United States of profit, going back to like $5, and then minus, I don't know, 15, minus $50. And I saw some sort of potential here that, holy fuck, if I just make 10 trades like here. Okay, if I just make 10 trades and out of these 10 trades, only 4 of them, not here, okay, not look at this, 1 2 3, I'm still in the gray for the fucked up scenarios that I had. But I'm just saying that if I, for example, if I had this much of trade, like 10 trades, and out of these 10 trades, 6 of them were in losses, like here, okay, and only 4 of them or 3 of them would be in a good, juicy profit. All these 3 or 4 profits would become, okay, again, would become um overcoming the loss and break me even through the losses that I made and generate some profit for me and myself. And for example, I was thinking that what if I'd be able to make just around $30 of profit weekly, which is with exact price of dollar, it goes around $3.5 million 2 months a week, and we got 4 of these weeks. This is the minimum, the least amount I could make with the most amount of losses I would have, actually. So I'm training myself to maintain my 50%, 50% to I don't know, around 60% win ratio. Not what you see here. This is around, I don't know, 70% loss ratio. Basically, majority of the time, I have this incremental, uh, step by step profit, good profit, positive net positive profit stacking for me, and I majority of the time have this 50% of the time win strike, which is just juicy for me over a month, over 2 months, over few weeks, and somehow suddenly the price keeps declining. The win ratio goes super fucking fast declining, and somehow I lose myself this around somewhere about uh, subjects like money management, trade management, emotional management. The main reason for me to record this video is to record my how I'm reacting to the market. How am I reacting to all these stop loss hits, to all these losses? How am I controlling myself towards the market? How am I managing, for example, that if I made this $88 of profit, how the fuck am I keeping this in my pocket while having these losses here? As you can see that I make juicy profits and I make even juicier losses here and, and fuck myself over. So what happens? What happens is that I end up having no money in my fucking pocket because I do not manage my risks. The intention of this YouTube channel that I have created for trading is solely because of this, to improve my bugs, improve my problems, and start to make some consistent amount of money per 10 or 20 trades that I'm making with the least amount of leverage, that has the least amount of damage to my accounts. Currently, I'm doing on the demo account. I am willing to have an account of of a prop firm that I used to um, have, and the moment I get to that prop firm, I delete all this data here or make a new window for it and start trading on that side. And basically, my rule is not to risk more than 4.5% in a day of trading, because and more than 9.5% of l- loss in the whole cap equity side of the market as well. So those are the basic, prop firm rules that you should not exceed your losses should not exceed more than 5% daily and 10% overall. So basically, if I have a 3% loss in a day, I would stop trading that day, and I let the mm, what we call the prop firm's timer get reset for the next 24 hours, so we have another chance. And all that 3%, for example, or 3.5% of market loss wouldn't be in just one single trade. I would do incremental different levels of trade. For example, one lots of USD per 100 pips of movement in Euro USD, or 100s of leverage, or lots of leverage in X or in gold market, as on hundreds of 100 pips of movement in that market. So to be able to survive the markets, actually, so basically I'm here to record how am I surviving, what am I doing, have anything that I got to study and practice would come here and help me, or it's just pure for me, pure psychology and, I don't know, technical analysis and money management and risk management that would save my ass and get me closer to make more money rather than lose more money, huh? Becoming a stable trader, a stable and consistent profitable trader is my point here. I'm not here to do any guru shit. I'm not here to sell any course. Those motherfuckers who are selling courses, they have some stuff up their sleeves. That's just fishy, If you're making enough money by trading, you seriously do not need to sell courses with few $1,000s or million ones just to help yourself with the life imbalances and imperfections. Okay, I talked a lot. I talk a lot. I tend to like to talk a lot, actually, and I would be talking in the same genre of stuff. But that's enough for now. Thanks for joining. Thanks for listening to me. Thanks for everything, actually. I hope this video, this whole channel's purpose to show that a retail person like me, how come this motherfucker like me would climb the ladder? Do I even climb? Do I even struggle to, just move one more ladder to upper levels of trading world? Am I able to become a profitable trader? And instead of only recording these screen recordings for my own self for the sake of journaling, I would upload them inside YouTube. That's all. So have fun. Wish you a lot of profits. Wish you a lot of happiness. Take care of yourself.